Hey, it's Casey from 106.7 The D, and glad to have from Metallica and Infectious Grooves and Suicidal Tendencies and the Trujillo Trio. You're going to be a busy guy this weekend. Robert Trujillo, thanks for joining us here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah.
So when you guys announced this festival back in November, December, whenever it was, everyone here in the Detroit area said, why Detroit? Of everywhere you could have done this, how did you pick Detroit?
Well, I say why not Detroit? I'm a huge fan of Detroit, and what I love about Detroit is the rich history of music. I mean, some of my favorite bass lines came out of Motown, I mean, no question about it. And I've always had some of my more interesting, crazier shows. As far as the U.S. goes, I think that some of the craziest shows have been here in Detroit. Some of them kind of scary. So there's always that level of excitement. It's a bit unpredictable. And I grew up in Venice Beach, California, in Dogtown, and that's kind of what I'm used to and what I'm all about. And I embrace that. So I think that Detroit has enough of that energy to keep me happy for sure. And just the lineage, the rock and roll lineage, So many live albums have been recorded and or filmed here. I saw Cobo Hall on the way over yesterday, and I mean, even that was exciting to me. So it also seems like it's just sort of logical with the airport being so close, and I feel that the city's growing, a lot of young people moving in and making things happen, and hopefully we're an extension of that.
Yeah, we're excited to have it here, and hopefully it'll be here for many, many years. Is there anything else you've done since you've been in town? You saw Cobo Hall yesterday. You probably haven't had a lot of time to run around town and do stuff. Anything else that's really excited you, or that you've done, or that you want to do while you're here in Detroit?
Well, there's a lot of things that I would like to do. Unfortunately, I am so busy. I mean, I was up till 2:30 last night practicing music, for this weekend,
And you've got 3 shows this weekend, correct?
As far as I know, I've got 3 shows. Hopefully not much more than that. But, I was working on Tony Trujillo's music last night. We had a couple rehearsals in San Francisco before we flew out yesterday. And then I've been rehearsing the Infectious Grooves stuff for 2 months now, which has been really fun. And then we had a fairly loose schedule, but we had some rehearsals with Metallica this week as well. So a lot of music, especially for me. Everybody kind of takes on their own thing, how they want to. And for some reason, I've kind of positioned myself. I don't know if it's by choice or not. I would say by choice, but I position myself in a way that I need to play bass and play music and have fun doing that. I've also got the skate zone. I mean, I've adopted the Vans skate ramp zone. I mean, I've skated and surfed my whole life. I've worn Vans my whole life. I wear them on stage forever. So to be a part of that area is really special. We had done this last year in Atlantic City. That was sort of the testing ground for what we're trying to do for the future. So.
And one of the things a lot of people, at least locally, might not know what the festival is all about. And it's not just a metal festival. It's a diverse, it showcases your interests as well as your diverse musical tastes. You could have easily done a metal festival and put the top metal bands of the day on. Why did you choose to go a different route and put a bunch of different kinds of bands on from different backgrounds and diverse styles?
I mean, exactly. Last year we had country bands, we had brass bands, we had a lot of alternative. And for us, we kind of model this after the European festivals. I remember 10 years ago when I first joined Metallica, we played at the Roskilde Festival in Denmark, and the Los Lobos played right before us, and it was awesome. I mean, it was really great. And we love our metal, absolutely. But we've been doing that lately, so we want to try something a little different. We want to bring in different styles of music. Still have some of the heavier bands on there for sure, but mix it up a bit more, and also create a lifestyle event as well. James has his custom car show. He's very passionate about that. He is a legitimate custom car builder. he wins awards at car shows. That's what he does, and people should experience that side of his creativity. And Lars is an incredible film buff. I mean, really, really into it. That's probably his number one passion right now. So he's got his film tent, and it's funny with him because I'm a filmmaker too, and I go to him for advice. Like, I'm like, dude, you got to check out this cut I've done. And what do you think about this? And he'll check it out, review it, and he'll go, yeah, it's really great, or you should do this, or edit it this way, or whatever. So he's just amazing. So I'm actually really excited about what he's doing. I wish I could be a part of his thing, meaning go over there and hear the lectures and see some of these films with him. And he's got people that are a part of those films. Like this year, I think he's got Almost Famous as one of them. And I don't know if these are surprises, so I don't want to give things away. But it's very cool. Kirk's Crypt, his extensive monster memorabilia horror film collection. I mean, we're talking Lon Chaney's wardrobe from one of his films, Bela Lugosi. It's incredible. In fact, Kirk probably had the largest line for his tent, or whatever you want to call it, last year. It was a huge thing for him. So I'm sure it's going to be bigger and better this year. And I got the skate zone, skate.
And what are you most looking forward to? Music or non-music? What about the festival is exciting you right now?
Well, you know what I like about this deal is it's not like we're rolling in. I mean, look, we're here already. It's 3 days. We came in yesterday and we went to the baseball game, and for us, it's an opportunity to get in the mix with the people and connect with fans, non-fans, whatever. I was talking to some wonderful women in the lobby, the senior citizens, and they're involved in a dance convention, and they're from all over. I saw St. Louis, Cincinnati, like all over the U.S. And it's just a great opportunity to be here in Detroit and connect with people in general. And again, with the lifestyle element, that's very different. So we're not just rolling in and playing a show and moving out. I'm excited, obviously, about performing with Infectious Grooves. This lineup has not played together in 22 years, and to be able to share the stage with Mike Muir and Jim Martin from Faith No More, and I mean, Stephen Perkins is one of the best drummers on the planet, and for me, it's just great to reunite with those guys and play a slightly different style of music and create this really surrealistic, fantasy-driven environment and take that chance. One of the things with Metallica, it's always edge-of-your-seat existence. This festival is an edge-of-your-seat existence. I mean, last year, if we would have done a Big Four show, we would have sold probably 5 times more tickets. But we can do that. We know we can do that. It's not about that. It's about having fun and creating something unique and different for Metallica.
Well, you guys have always challenged, I think, the fans, and you stay one step ahead. And this festival is unique in of itself with all the different styles of music. So we hope you'll stay in Detroit for many years to come. I know the city is very excited about it. And any special surprises you want to give away? I know last year you did the Black Album and Ride the Lightning. I think I know your answer, but can you give us at least a hint of maybe a surprise we might expect this weekend from Metallica?
All those surprises are sitting in Lars's brain right now, and I don't know, he's probably on his way here at the flying in the air from San Francisco, so it's a surprise to us too. I mean, it's always that way. We never quite know what we're going to play until about 20 minutes before we hit the stage, so we'll see what goes down. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the event. I think it's going to be fun and exciting, and I guess part of Orion is the element of surprise, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Great. Thanks for spending some time with us here at the D. Appreciate it.